Good morning. Welcome to the Better Business Workshop. Pleased to see you. It's Wednesday. Interesting news yesterday on the economy from the Chancellor of the Exchequer. I guess no surprises. I mean, on the face of it, it looks pretty bleak, but I guess it's what everybody was expecting, right? And if we weren't, then we may well have been in a bit of denial. You know, that kind of age-old thing about kind of lies and statistics. What did anybody expect when the world's been shut down for the last 8 weeks or so? So not great news on the face of it, but I think it's being massively hyped by the media. No doubt about that. The reality is that we're in uncertain times and nobody knows how this is going to work out. The acid test will be, what does the government do to continue to stimulate the economy, and what does consumer confidence look like ultimately? But the most important thing is, as business owners, we're in control. We're in control of our own destiny. You know, yesterday's numbers were all about employment, right? So it's a slightly different situation for our teams and the people that work for us. And I guess the unemployment numbers going up are just a reflection of some people coming to the end of furlough. But the great thing is, as business owners, we can take control and we're in control of our destiny. So that's a great thing. And kind of building on that, we've got a session running tonight, actually. Let's see if I can get the slides up and running. Make sure you share this stuff, by the way. Please like it. Please share it. Please follow us. And we've got this session running tonight about how to restart your business. And we'll be covering some of this stuff as well. And all the details for that are over in our Facebook and LinkedIn groups. So go and have a look for the Better Business Workshop and get yourself signed up for those. In the meantime, we're going to talk today. Today's topic is building on this theme this week about the various laws linked to growth. And we're going to talk about creating space for our businesses to grow in and how we're limited, or how we limit our potential for growth by not creating enough space. And that's the law of vacuum. So Mark, good morning. Lovely to see you today. How are you?
Good morning. Yeah, very, very good. I'm forever I would say the realist, Mark, in terms of yesterday's news. But some would call me a naive optimist. But the business has been running up to now for over 22 years, been through 2 recessions. And it's really hard, and this is a tougher recession, right? But what does recession mean? It means some sectors of the economy are growing and some aren't. The thing that I'm so grateful for in every recession I've been through is that I'm running a business. I'm so grateful for that. Because the people that get hit are the people that have got careers and jobs. That's where the uncertainty is. For us, if we're smart, we can flex. There's always some good news. One piece of, good news for a business owner. Here you go. A friend of mine was going to go to a holiday cottage in July, got it cancelled, but was asked if she wanted to go in September. She said no. And she was telling me yesterday, she changed her mind and rang up and said, yeah, I'd like to go in September. It's £2,000 for the week. So, somebody's found a niche, and the holiday industry in the UK, for example, is going nuts.
Yeah,
potentially. So
absolutely.
There are areas.
Lots of sectors are. Lots of sectors.
Areas, absolutely. So what we do as business people is we're smart and we're flexible. We're lucky enough to be self-employed, to be flexible. Target those areas that have got potential and those people that have got money to spend.
Well, let's build on that then, Mark, because that kind of does dovetail very nicely into today's topic, which is all about creating the space to grow. And that example, you know, that holiday home owner that you just spoke about is a classic example. Actually, it says on the top of this slide. Let's see if we can get it up here. Let's just get it working. I can. Here we go. There we go. The law of vacuum, Mark. So basically, we need space to grow, right? And if we don't create that space, then we can't grow.
I've seen so much. Let me start at a mental level, because our attitude starts it, and then we'll move on to a practical level. So very quickly on the mental level, if we keep ourselves occupied and busy with a lot of stuff, there's no chance to think of anything new, right? So we don't get a chance to look at something in a different way. So creating space and giving an opportunity for something to come into that space is quite important at a time like this. And it gets down to really simply, to start with vacuum, is in our own heads, and give some thinking time and some time when we're not frenetically worrying about stuff or trying to fix stuff or firefighting stuff. Tony Buzan recommends we do a day a year where we've got nothing planned. We just go walking and we think. I think it should be a day a month actually, but it's that kind of set up a vacuum, and we'll get on to practical examples in business how you can do that. But firstly, in the mind, give some space for good stuff to stop the firefighting for a short while, to give some space for good ideas to start to come in.
Good. All right. So that's at a kind of a conceptual level. Let's kind of get down to a practical level. So how many businesses do we know, right, that only grow to the level of the expectation of the business owner where they can pay their own bills and not make a surplus profit, right?
Hands
so,
up.
but because they don't create the space to grow
Absolutely.
into.
Absolutely. And this is to do with setting the boundaries. If we set very limited boundaries for our businesses, so for example, if we say, right, I'm marketing to this particular geographical area because that's what I've always done, that's a boundary, so we can't fill any more gaps. So making the boundary bigger, or maybe we target to different groups of people, for example, other than the groups of people that we used to target, or we get liaisons and partnerships. We talk to people that we've never talked to before in setting up partnerships. It's giving a bigger set of boundaries, so stuff can move into, activity can move into that.
So let's get some practical examples, right? There's some great examples where, nature loves, or nature hates a vacuum. Nature will always grow into a vacuum, right?
Yeah,
So let's
absolutely.
think back down our lives as some practical. I can remember moving years ago into a family home, and when the day I moved in, the family home was empty. Within a few weeks or months,
Yeah.
we grew in to fill that family home, right?
Yeah.
And we kind of rocked up with a lorry full of stuff. We thought we had tons of stuff when we moved in. We put it all in the house, and the house was actually empty. But in no time at all, we kind of grew to fill that vacuum, and the garage was overflowing, right? That's one example. So marriage is one example of, or moving house is one example of how you create the space to grow. Having children is another example. All that stuff that you kind of accumulate, right? Another example in business might be occupy a bigger office space, because that gives you space to grow. I can think of an example. I can think of an example of a client that I've worked with who had incredible growth, and they made plans to move into an amazing office. They invested significantly, over £6 million in building a purpose-built office for their organization, but it took them 6 years to actually get it designed, built, and ready to move into. Guess what? By the time they actually moved in, after all that time and effort, within 12 months, they needed to buy the plot of land next door and be ready to grow again.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because mentally, they had already they spent 6 years thinking about what life would look like in that new office space. And by the time they got in it, they'd grown to fill it.
Well, I'll give you another example. One of the things I've personally focused on, I learned this from somebody a while back. During a really tough time in their business, they just decided to recruit a load of people. So what they decided to do, they put adverts out. They didn't actually put them on the payroll. They put adverts out and said, look, you're willing to work on commission only to help my business grow. Had many, many conversations, and quite a few opportunities came through those conversations. And I learned that actually when to expand the space, to give you a vacuum to come into, start talking to lots of people. I've never talked to so many people about different possibilities as in the last 2 or 3 months. And hey presto, 2 or 3 have come through to quite good opportunities to work together and do something. So it's creating a space to allow those conversations to happen.
Absolutely. So it might be, new channels to market, even things like, your marketing activity, right? Don't set your marketing activity or your budget for your marketing activity based on your current revenue or your revenue expectations. Set your marketing activity based on where you want your business to grow to.
Yep.
Set your sales capability to match that marketing capability.
Yep.
So now is the time, by the way, just a quick segue, now is the time to overinvest in sales and marketing. Apart from anything else, everybody else has stepped back, right? So you have an opportunity to stand out, and marketing is cheap right now. Media owners are ready for advertisers right now. So let's step up and fill that void and create the space to grow into, right?
Yep.
That's exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah, it's all about creating the future we want, not the future the economy wants.
Yeah.
And people who are successful take the news that we had yesterday, say, well, this is no surprise because this is a world pandemic. What else did we expect?
Yeah.
And there are parts of the economy are going to go crazy and really good. So how do I figure what I'm doing and start aligning it to where the areas are that people have got money? And it's possible for all of us to do that.
Absolutely. Brilliant, Mark. Fantastic. Right, let's go back to some of these slides over here. Guys, it's been great to see you today. Come and join us tonight. We'll be doing more of this activity tonight. You can come and join us over in our social media groups in the Better Business Workshop on Facebook and LinkedIn. And you can sign up and join our workshop there tonight. So you can also book in for a one-to-one if you'd like to by going to calendly.com/Action Coach Milton Keynes. And you can come and have a consultation with us. And that's entirely complimentary, by the way. And there's also a ton of stuff over on our YouTube channel and our website as well. We'll be back here tomorrow again at 8 a.m. if we don't see you tonight. Mark, it's been brilliant to see you today.
Yeah.
Laura Vacuum with them.
Yeah, take care, Mark. Have a really good day. Is it Wednesday today?
I'm still
I'm still looking at my phone every day saying, is this the right day?
Yeah, it's Wednesday today. Tomorrow's
Fantastic.
Thursday. I'll see you here at 8 a.m.
I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah,
Cheers,
absolutely.
Mark. Take care. Bye now.
Thank you. Bye-bye.